Hello world and welcome to the Mecca of Mastery TV. I am your host Mecca. If it is your mission to become the greatest version of yourself in every area of life, then you, my soul friend, are in the right place. I'm so excited about this video because in this episode we are speaking about personal and spiritual development. And the topic of this video is coping with grief and loss. Let's get straight into the video. Baby, coping with grief and loss. But before I get into the drip of this video and we drop these gems, if you are not already a family member here at Mecca Mastery TV, make sure you make it official. You hit that subscribe button so you never miss any updates, because I am dropping this weekly food for your soul every single Monday, honey. It is soul food, okay? So, coping with grief and loss. I wanted to make this video because I went through a heartbreak. I remember I thought I was in love before, but I was like, I thought I was in love before, but baby, this was something. And it reminded me of the time when my dad passed away when I was a teenager, and how I coped with the grief and the loss. And I wanted to talk to you guys about coping with it in a way that is that has a healthy long-term effect instead of a negative long-term effect. And also like what it means, like grief and loss, and how to get over it quicker than, you know, normally when you spend months and years on it, right? So first of all, when my dad passed away, I remember as a teenager, I recall myself turning to my art. I turned to the art of dance. When my dad passed away, I went to the dance studio for hours and I just danced. It was at that moment when I realized that, you know, dance was something that was my gift. So if you're in a space where you are coping with grief and loss, your natural gifts are your medicine. That's what's going to soothe you, right? Whatever natural gifts that you have, painting, maybe for therapy, writing, gardening, whatever comes to you naturally where you love to do it, rather anybody is there watching, you get what I'm saying? Those are the things that you really want to turn to. So during that time, I started to turn to dance. And then I started to pick up alcoholism at the age of 14, which is what I was speaking about, things that have a long-term negative effect. And so I had battled with alcoholism for years because of that, because I started to use that to cope with my grief and my loss. Then I got clean from off of alcohol for some years. And then that's when I started to initiate into my spiritual journey in 2015. And then that's when I learned other methods to cope with grief and loss. Number one, understand that anything that leaves your life is not leaving you because you don't own it anyway. The best way to overcome grief and loss is to understand that you don't own anything. I know that's a hard pill for some people to swallow because we spend our lives doing all these things to own it, but you don't. Right? You know, when you think about it, everything is temporary. Even if you bought a house and you live in a house for the entire time of your human existence, you do not own the house. Because when your human experience is done, the house stays here on the earth. So that's why you have to have a honor and reverence and respect for all things and all beings and situations, but have a detachment to them as well. So live from a detached place to the point where you're not you're not defined by it. Your character is not defined by it. You're not defining yourself by these people being in your life. You're not defining yourself by these situations or these materials being present in your life, right? When we have grief or loss of a loved one, loss of a job, loss of a mate, loss of anything, right? Usually when we are bent all out of shape and we feel out of control, out of sync, out of harmony with ourselves, that's because we have made this a part of our character and who we are. We have made this a part of our makeup. We have made this a part of our personality, our life, our blueprint. And so when it leaves, because you have painted this picture and you're so strict and adamant on that picture, and you have this one piece of puzzle that's missing, it feel like the whole picture is off when you're not looking at the other beautiful colors that's on the canvas, right? And so what you have to do is reiterate to yourself that you don't own anything and you don't own anybody. You don't even own your experiences, right? We don't own our experiences. We experience things. If you see anything moving, it's my cat Faith. So we don't even own our experiences, right? We're just having these experiences. We experience something, then we do it, and then we align with it, and then now it's memory, right? So you have to apply that to grief and loss, whether it's coming from a person, a situation, a thing. That's number one. Number two, understand that what is for you cannot miss you. What's for you can't miss you, right? Sometimes the reason why we get all bent out of shape with grief and loss, you know, when certain things leave us, is because we've had an amazing experience with maybe the house that we were living in growing up, or the relationship that we was in, or a parent, or, you know, or a lover was loving on us and we had so much fun. And if you experience that once, you can always experience it, because it's not on you, it's in you. I'm gonna say it again, it's not on you, it's in you. And what is for you is never going to miss you. If you have a desire for a good environment, when you lose a home or you have to move from a certain place, you have to have enough trust and faith that God, the universe, whatever that you are praying to, is going to move you back into an environment that is going to be satisfying to your spirit, but actually it's going to be more, because that's always what it is for you. You only go up. It's always more. You never go down. You never go backwards. It always increases. Okay, the love in your life increases. The finances increases. Everything increases for you that you truly desire at the core of your heart, of your being, your truth. It only increases for you. So what is for you cannot miss you. So when you're thinking about you losing something, or you're grieving over something because you had this amazing experience and you're afraid that you're not going to be able to get it again. You're afraid that you're never going to live in a beautiful place like that again. You're afraid that you're not going to have a partner like that again. You're afraid that you're not going to have that body again. Please let those fears go. The fear, that vibration is what's blocking you from actually having a desire in a different form. Remember, there's a million ways to one desire. What you had or you experienced externally was only something vibrationally. Spirit, God, universe is taking you to somewhere else, to a different experience, a different condition, but it's still going to be the same desire in the same vibration. And you just have to trust that you are being led properly along your journey to where you need to go. You've put your desires out there, and now you got to trust. But you can't trust if you constantly looking back and you constantly saying, oh my God, I'm never going to have this again, or I lost my mom, or I lost my dad, or I lost my best friend, and I'm not the same without them. I'm unhappy they're the only person that understand me when there's 8 billion people on this planet. There will be other people that's in alignment with you. You know, your mother ain't the only one that's going to love you. You have so many other spiritual mothers, spiritual fathers. I have many fathers. My father died when I was 14 years old, but I have many fathers. I had a heartbreak in a relationship, but you know, I meet men and we're not together, but it's many different components when I just talk to these men as friends, or even when I'm dating them, that I'm fulfilled in many different ways. You know, I'm getting satisfaction just of having a connection with them, even if it's broken up in pieces. That reminded me of just one person, you know, 4 different people that I probably had interactions with, that it was one person that had that, all of those qualities, but I experienced them in 4 different people, but I'm still experiencing it. You have to let go of the how. You know, you're so fixed on the how and it being a certain way, that's controlling. So you actually blocking it. And then last but not least, use your tools to soothe yourself. Tools such as meditation, journaling, affirmations, go to therapy, recommend sound healing, Reiki, you know, getting into nature, earthing, fasting, silent fast, water fast, juice fast. You know, really using those tools that allow you to enter into a deep space and really vibrate from the seat of your soul, to feel yourself, to get back into your world, to get back into the space of love. You're never losing anything. Whatever that comes on your path and come off your path is natural. It's natural. And I pray for ease over your spirit and your heart if you are going through grief and loss. It will pass through. Allow the emotions to pass through. But while you are allowing the emotions to pass through, think great memories of those things. And then start to think further, because you have life to live. Spirit still have you here right now. You got life to live. You got some things to do here. You got some experiences to share with people like me. You got some stuff to say. You got some books to write. You got some people to meet. You got some living to do. You got some fun to have. Honor this moment, of course. You know, honor it, but you don't stay stuck in it. Don't stay stuck in the mirror for too long reflecting, being in a vicious cycle, going circles and circles and circles and circles, to the point where you're suffering. You got this. You will get through this. And with that being said, I hope you love this video and you share this with somebody that you care about, because we always say here at Mecca Mastery TV that sharing is caring. Whew. Whew. If you're on social media, make sure you follow me on these social media platforms. I would love to connect with you if you're on social media. And if you want one-on-one coaching from me, do not hesitate to click the link in the description box below and book your Pick My Brain session. Or you can just email me directly at meccabookings@gmail.com. Also email me if you have any advice for me or if you want advice. And please make sure you check out my website at meccafreeman.com so you never miss any updates. And check out all the food I have for your soul, like 21-day healing plans, manifestation ritual guides, get your shit together plans, and so much more. And as always, you, my soul friend, you go out into the world, you kick a whole lot of action. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do anything, because you can do whatever you put your mind, your body, and your soul to. I'm sending my love, light, peace, tranquility, good ass vibes, and high vibrations your way. Until next time, I see you in the next episode with peace and love. I see you.